Alright, welcome back again to more Tsukihime, guys. Let's do this. You misjudged me. Vampires may be resilient to aging and death, but they are a far cry from the eternity I seek. At best, they are a work in progress. No, I intend to simply take my own life and greet my end a human. Really? Ironic for a man who lived forever to burn out so fast. So does that mean you'll be leaving the church tomorrow? I am entrusting the burial department to your care. Now that my father's inheritance is spent, I have no more hope of rising to bishop. Now is the time. Look at us. You, the son of a wealthy landowner, and me, with the only stigmata to my name. Neither of us with a hope of making bishop, and now we can't even lick each other's wounds. Well, such is life, I suppose. So you plan to continue working on your magecraft theory then? I have no intention of leaving the church, so I'm afraid I won't be joining you in eternal life. Fortunately, we women have other ways. I will bear children and tell them of you. Intriguing. What will you tell them, Nabarek? That a new dead apostle will rise to power in 100 years' time, and that they should ignore it because fighting it would be futile. Hopefully, it will not take that long. In fact, I would be disappointed if the Inquisition didn't come for me within your lifetime. I intend to make a vampire of the highest caliber. 10 years ought to be enough. Ha! Don't be absurd. You'd be starting over as a zombie even in a once-in-a-decade town like you will still need a century to climb the ranks. Their world is not as kind as ours. It's the closest thing on this earth to hell. Perhaps so, if I took the orthodox route. If I were to begin at the highest echelons, however, the rules of their world need not apply. How cryptic. What are you proposing then? Why, it's simple. As you know, a dead apostle's power depends on the true ancestor who drank their blood. Therefore, if I am able to be the strongest dead apostle, I need only seek out the strongest true ancestor. Are we talking about Arcade? We're talking about Arcade, aren't we?
Shiki様。
I feel the morning sun on my face and hear history calling me.
シキ様、お目覚めの時間です。
Her monotonous voice jolts my consciousness awake.
おはよう、翡翠。
I sit up and reply to Hisui. A flash of pain pierces my temples, though not enough to keep me in bed.
シキ様、ご気分が優れないのですか？
Oh, if only you could see what I see.
いや、今朝は普通だよ。昨日の調子が良すぎただけだ。貧血気味なのはいつものことだから気にしないでくれ。
I shake my head lightly and get out of bed.
今朝もありがとう。起こしに来てくれて助かった。
いえ、これが私の仕事ですから。シキ様にお言葉をいただくほどのことではありません。
お礼を言うほどのことだよ。目覚まし時計の音なんかより何倍もあったかい。
He's definitely not wrong about that.
俺は眠りが深いらしくて目覚ましじゃなかなか起きられないんだ。
Which is why Hisui coming to wake me up is such a big help. She even brings me a change of clothes. What more could I ask for?
時間は7時ちょっとか。あんまり余裕はないな。着替えて顔を洗ったら食堂に行くから先に行っていてくれ。
History's looking at me like she has something to say. Is she nervous? She seems to be shaking a little. Looking into her fragile, gloomy eyes makes me...
関係のない話なのですが、就寝時間の後、私と姉さんは2時間おきに屋敷の見回りをいたします。
Oh, she knows.
午後9時は姉さんが、11時は私が、午前1時には姉さんが屋敷中の戸締まりをチェックしているのです。
Oh yeah, she knows. And what is that pain that I keep feeling?
そうだったんだ。それ大変じゃないか。夜と朝だけでいいだろうに。
Probably he should just put on his glasses.
決まりですから、どうかお気になさらないでください。その時の話ですが、仮に私が施錠を忘れた箇所があっても、午前1時には姉さんが見つけて施錠し直してしまうので。
God, I love History. She's awesome. Now I get what History's trying to say. She's talking about the service during the West Wing.
翡翠、俺が出て行ったことに気がついてたのか？
いえ、決して咎めているのではなく。
History hangs her head apologetically.
あ、いや違うんだ。怒ってないよ。でもそっか、翡翠は知ってたのか。だから勝手口の鍵閉められずにいたんだな。
はい、鍵が開いていましたので、もしやと思い、勝手ながら四季様のお部屋の様子を拝見させていただきました。
History's voice dwindles. This must be tough for her, having to condemn her master's illicit activities.
ありがとう。おかげで昨日は助かった。翡翠は全然悪くないよ。もともと夜中に出歩く俺に問題があるんだから。ああ、でも
I can't ask her to keep it quiet from Akiha. It would only make things harder for Hisui. She may tend to my needs, but her actual employer is Akiha, the head of the Tono family. Being dishonest with her will hurt her standing in the future.
アキハには俺から説明するよ。翡翠は何も知らないふりをしてくれればいい。
This is the longest he's been without his glasses, in terms of being in the household. Hisui makes no reply. She just keeps staring at me.
何かな。
僭越ながら、四季様は全く反省していません。
ああ、いや、はい。
失礼しました。訂正いたします。そのお顔を見るに、四季様に改める気はないのですね。
Oof. She looks so meek that she cuts right where it hurts.
すまない。約束があって今夜も出かけることになる。けど誓って悪い遊びをしてるわけじゃない。あれはその
I'm fighting the remnants of a vampire army so they don't kill anyone else. It's not like I can just say that, but saying nothing does make me look suspicious.
それは今夜だけなのでしょうか。
どうかな。俺にもわからない。ただ長くは続かないと思う。
では危険なことはないのですか。四季様がまた怪我を負って帰ってくるようなことは。
ああ、それなら大丈夫。戦車みたいに強いやつが一緒だから何があっても怪我なんかしないよ。
He's gonna come back injured again, isn't he? That's one thing I can promise with confidence. I don't think there's anyone in the whole city that could beat Arkwade.
お話は分かりました。それでは私も四季様同様、昨夜と同じ業務を行わせていただきます。 どうかお早いお帰りを。
I will try. History bows courteously and leaves the room.
ありがとう翡翠。
She's giving me the greatest concession she has the power to make. What she's saying is that she'll look the other way while she's on patrol. So long as I'm back by 1, I'll get in undetected. Is he really not gonna go with his glasses? Does he want to suffer more painstaking headaches that are getting worse and worse? I change into my school uniform and leave my room. I had a headache when I woke up, but now I seem to be doing well. I'll wash my face in the second floor bathroom, then head to the dining room. Now that we're well into fall, the tap water runs cold. I usually just splash some water on my face, but today I let the water collect in the basin and dunk my whole face in. Yeah, I see water steals the warmth from my face. My eyes, nose, and mouth are drowned and I lose all sensation. Feeling as if a death mask is plastered to my face, I lift my face out of the water.
誰だ
I take one look at myself in the mirror and notice that something is off. It hits me immediately that I don't have my glasses on. I was just washing my face, so that makes sense. Be that as it may. Alright, I've calmed down now. With my glasses in place, I make for the dining room where Kohaku is waiting. Did he just punch the freaking mirror? Did he punch the mirror, or did his mystic eyes shatter a mirror? Because he's getting stronger. Huh. After breakfast, I go to the parlor. Akiya is there, having long since finished her breakfast.
おはようアキハ。
おはようございます兄さん。健康な学生らしい余裕のある朝で何よりです。
Oh boy, she's in a good mood. Gracefully sipping a cup of tea, Akiya appears to be in a particularly fine mood this morning. Something good must have happened.
兄さんも何かお飲みになられますか？時間はまだあるでしょ。
ああ、それじゃあ普通のお茶を一杯。
普通などというお茶はないのですけどね。琥珀、兄さんにも一つ入れてあげて。チョイスはあなたに任せるわ。かしこまりました。今朝の献立から考えますと、ほうじ茶などがよろしいかと。
Kohaku heads to the kitchen with a smile. I sit down on the sofa across from Akiya and check the news on my phone. While there's no shortage of random news, there's nothing about any murders. I may have been expecting it, but this confirms that there have been no new victims. And by the way, why are you checking your phone? Didn't she confiscate it? If she sees you with your phone, you're in trouble, right? As I pocket my phone after checking the news. Haha, I knew it. Akiya is staring at me like she witnessed something truly bizarre.
なんだよ。携帯ぐらいはいいんだろ。今だってニュースサイトをチェックしただけで。
Oh boy, you're in trouble now.
別に怒ってはいません。すぐにしまってくれましたし、朝のニュースぐらいは知っておくのはいいことですから。ただ、兄さんがそういうものを使いこなす姿というのがイメージに合わなかったので驚いただけです。
Oh, okay, I guess she gave him permission off screen? I don't know.
お前の中でどんなイメージなんだよ俺は。とはいえ俺も使いこなしてはいないよ。今朝は気になることがあっただけで普段はあまり使わないし、話したいことや知りたいことがあったら本人と直接話した方がいい。
そうなんですか？
そりゃあ時間の許す限りは。1行や2行の言葉のやり取りでわかるのは 1行2行分のことだけだし、連絡事項としては便利だけど、会話をするなら会って話した方が断然いい。
一部分しか表せないシステムなのに、その一部分を見た人間はそれが相手の全部分だと錯覚するということですね。例えば発信者はつま先しか見せていないのに、その爪が猫のものだっただけで全身まで猫だと決めつけるような。私もその意見には賛成です。文字だけならいくらでも嘘をつけるのが人間ですし。
Oh, great family head. I don't know how to say this, but if someone has the claws of a cat, isn't it natural to think they're a cat?
まあそこまでは言ってないけど、簡素な人間関係もそれはそれで便利だと思うよ。知り合う人全部に全身全霊で向き合ってたら体力が持たないし、いろんなところに行けるようになっていろんな人と知り合えるようになった以上、人間関係も最適化させないと潰れちまうってのは友人からの受け売りだけど。
But then Arihiko, the one who said that, lives his life in the exact opposite manner.
そう、安心したわ。兄さんにも心を許せるご友人がいたんですね。機会があれば私にも紹介してもらおうかしら。
Oh, I have no doubt he would love to meet her.
もちろん遠野家の長男におかしな遊びを教えていないかどうかじっくりと詰問させていただくのを前提で。
I realize yet again how scary my sister is. Not that I needed the reminder. Gaku brought my hojicha while I was chatting with Akiha. Its flavor is subtle, but it makes for a refreshing drink. The hot tea washes away my post-breakfast sluggishness. Akiha rises from the sofa without a sound. It must be time for her to go to school.
お先に失礼しますね、兄さん。私は夕方まで帰れませんが、兄さんのご予定は？
え？
Her casual question makes me perk my head up. What are you going to do? For some reason, these unremarkable words pierce me through the heart. She's just asking about my plans for today, but it feels like she's asking me what I'm going to do from here on out.
いや、特に何もないよ。学校に行って終わったら帰ってくるだけだ。
そんなことなら午後の予定はキャンセルしておけばよかった。
Akiha mutters discontentedly.
アキハ？
いえ、何でもありません。それではごきげんよう。兄さんも遅刻などしないでくださいね。
Akiha leaves the parlor with Kohaku. I'm left alone with my thoughts once again. Until yesterday, I've been so focused on what I should do that I never thought about what I wanted to do.
今の俺がしたいこと。
As one of the few who knows the truth, I should prioritize dealing with the vampire's minions. But if I put my feelings of obligation aside... Sure enough, Ciel's face pops into my brain.
そりゃあシエル先輩のことは好きだけど。
I am both interested in her and attracted to her. I want to get to know her better, see her smile more. And yet, as much as I like Ciel, I can't just ignore Arcade.
いや、違う。放っておけないのは吸血鬼のことだからだ。町から吸血鬼がいなくなれば、きっと。
Then, Arcade and I will be done working together. There won't be any more loose ends and things will go back to the way they were before.
そうだ。俺がしたいことなんてそれしかないじゃないか。
Satisfied with the conclusion I've reached, I get up from the sofa. It's 7:30. I better get going or I won't make it in time.
それはそれとして、ハルクエイドとのことは 黙っているしかないんだよな。
Tough for you, she knows. The two of them are like oil and water. I feel a little guilty keeping it a secret, but I have to make sure Sia doesn't find out until it's all over. She knows already, bud. Ten minutes before homeroom, I arrived to find Arihiko and Ciel having a friendly chat by my desk.
あれ、シエル先輩。
Yep, you're in trouble. Ciel stops talking the moment I call her name.
よっ、おはようさん。時間ギリギリで投稿とか、お前さんもここ一番でついてないね。今朝はシエル先輩が遊びに来てくれたってのに。
ああ、それは見ればわかるけど。先輩、なんか様子がおかしくない？
あ？おかしいところなんてねえっての。いつもキュートなシエル先輩舐めてんの？今だって俺とトーノの昔話で盛り上がって、あれ？
Arihiko finally notices it too. Ciel is obviously in a terrible mood. Her silence is intimidating. Scratch that, it's terrifying. Arihiko quietly inches towards me and speaks in a whisper.
おい、なんかしでかしたのかトーノ。先輩めちゃくちゃ不機嫌だぞ。さっきまであんなに笑顔だったのに。
It's because he hung out with a nice vampire and went vampire hunting together.
いや、俺は何もしてない。お前こそなんか失礼なこと言ったんじゃないのか。
Ciel glares at me bitterly. No way. She couldn't have found that about me in Arcway, could she?
おはよう先輩。
Yeah, she does know, bro.
俺の席にいるってことは、今朝は俺に話でも？
別に遠野くんになんてみじんも関心はありません。ただちょっと気になったので様子を見に来ただけです。よく貧血で倒れるとのことなので。
それ俺に用ですよね。
Well, that came out before I could stop myself.
見ようによってはそう言えないこともありません。まったく朝から健康そうで結構ですね。
Ciel fidgets with her glasses, looking a little embarrassed. Her polite words clash horribly with her acidic tone.
とにかく私は乾くんと話しているのです。遠野くんに用はありませんから、教室の隅かロッカーの中にでも入って自己反省をしていてください。
Put myself in a locker. Ciel's expression tightens as she coolly delivers her killing blow. Arihiko's like, what the hell is going on here? Arihiko and I look at each other as if on cue.
つまりあれだ。理由はわからんが、先輩は遠野を懲らしめたいと。つうか土下座レベルで反省させたいと。
いえ、そこまでの話じゃないんですけど。
Yeah, coulda fooled me.
いや、そこまでの話と見た。こいつは人並みの情がないんでよく地雷踏むからな。よし、そういうことなら力になりましょう。遠野、しりとりしようぜ。
なんでしりとり？
正気かてめえ。
Ciel and I shout in unison. Our eyes meet for a second, but we awkwardly look away.
どうしてしりとりなんでしょう。説明を求めます。
いやー、先輩、遠野の泣かせ方知ってる？
遠野くんの泣かせ方？知りませんが、興味が湧いてきました。ぜひ教えてください。
Oh, great. Thanks, Arihiko. Great friend.
もちろん。ただし、遠野と仲直りするのが条件っす。遠野の弱みを教えるってことで手打ちにしてやってください。
CL oohs, impressed by Arihiko's deft negotiating. I've got to hand it to him. That's all it took for him to put CL in a good mood again. That said,
お前それ言っていいの俺じゃないか普通。
だってお前バラさねえじゃん。先輩朝から来てくれたのにお前は一向に来ないし、加えて何かしでかしたんならこれぐらいのリターンねえとな。
いやでもだいたい面白い話じゃないだろそれ。
遠野くんは黙っていてください。さあ乾くん、ハリアップ。こうなったら話を聞くまでテコでも動きません。
3 minutes until homeroom. Just thinking about CL and Miss Noelle running into each other here is making my stomach hurt. There's no other way out.
それがですね、トーノ、しりとりすると泣くんですよ。試しに1分続けてみると分かりますよ。
本当に？しりとりってあのしりとりですよね。言葉尻をつなげていく。
そうそう、もうボロッボロ泣く。中学の頃それを知らない女子どもがびっくりしてさ、なんか悲しい出来事でも思い出させちゃったのとか。むやみに大人気で俺は頭にきましたけどね。
Why am I not surprised? CL looks at me, confusion clear as day on her face. Same, really. But sometimes the human body just acts a certain way and you have no idea why.
その繋がらない感じが嫌なんです。誰だってあるでしょ。理由はないけどダメなことって。食べ物の好き嫌いと同じです。
本当に
CL nervously asks me to confirm this ridiculous story.
はい、本当です。ああ、もうだからつまらないって言ったんだバカアリヒコ。見ろ、先輩だって呆れてるだろ。
I try to change the subject. The fact that a word game is my ultimate weakness is just plain embarrassing. Though I seem to have misread CL's reaction.
いえ、呆れてなんかいませんよ。逆に感動しました。そんな秘密、遠野くんにもあったんですね。
CL's voice comes out shyly. She coughs to clear the air.
大変失礼しました。個人的な理由で遠野くんを糾弾したかった私ですが、それも筋違いだと反省しました。
Wow, forgiven like that, huh? He really is popular.
二度と教室に私情は持ち込まず、楽しい学園生活を送ることをここに誓いましょう。
Well, thanks for thanks is given, man. I appreciate Arihiko's help. CL turns to face me, a familiar smile on her face. Her mood seems to have improved. But the bell rings heartlessly, signaling the start of homeroom. We'll have to put our chat on hold until lunch.
おっと、時間ですね。それでは乾くん、遠野くん、縁があればまた放課後に。乾くんもあんまりサボっちゃダメですよ。
Although she's in a rush, CL leaves the classroom at a natural, unhurried pace. Arihiko waves to her back. Her verbal warning may have worked. Looks like he's going to stick around for class today. Third period, math. The day crawls by, everything the same as it has always been. Human habits don't change as long as anything strange stays out of sight. I sit here in class knowing that vampires still lurk around town. Everyone continues their routines knowing that people have been getting murdered. Humans are so resilient. They're able to dull their sense of danger and adapt to any changes they are faced with to protect their way of life. It's a fundamental skill for all who live in modern society. Incidentally, Arihiko has been gone since first period. CL's warning lasted for all an hour. This is also a routine. Arihiko Inui won't change his lifestyle because of a big hole in front of the station. Even if he senses that there's something wrong, he can't break free from his habits. Maybe I'm just the same. What is that? I go to class knowing that there are still vampires around. I let the vampires roam free in order to stick to Shiki Tono's routine. by telling myself that they pose no threat during the day, that I can't meet up with Arcway until nighttime, I prioritize my own comfort and well-being while preaching about doing good. Do I lack a sense of danger? Or a sense of justice? Probably both. I threw them out the window the moment I agreed to cooperate with the vampire Arcwade. I conformed to human society while going down a path no normal person would choose. And that feels completely natural to me. This is happening a lot more frequently now.
どうしました遠野くん気分が悪いんですか
I answer no to the voice coming from the front of the classroom. I feel fine. In fact, I've been feeling pretty good since yesterday. Confused, I turn towards the window. That's odd. Even the transparent reflection on my face looks decidedly sick. My body crumples without a sound. Distantly, I can make out the teacher's concerned voice calling to me. Feeling too good is what led to my downfall. My fading vision is probably the result of anemia-induced dizziness. Try as I might to maintain it, I lose consciousness. Everything around me turns black, like a curtain has fallen over the world. I dream suddenly. When I was young, I spent months in the care of a local hospital being treated for an illness. It was a dull but tranquil time, allowing me to recover both physically and mentally. Not long after I was discharged, I had a dream that I smelled the blood. Some relatives took me in, and those days passed by peacefully. I was a model student graduating middle school by... Alright, welcome back again to more Tsukihime, guys. Let's do this. After receiving news of my father's passing, I returned to my family home and was reunited with my sister for the first time in years. While she had grown to a beautiful woman, parts of her hadn't changed at all. There were also two twin girls who were devoted to taking care of the mansion. I tried my hardest not to look, but I knew that I'd be able to see an end to everything here as well. I saw a woman I didn't know. A woman I had nothing to do with. It was a random encounter. Even with my abnormality, I still felt human. I entered her room. Her vitality was captivating. My spine trembled with lust. I didn't need to understand the concept of love to know that this was it. I wanted to know this woman. So I did. And without excuse or denial, this was the end result. The warm blood sears my skin. The nauseating stench of the stuffing that spills out of each unraveled seam assaults my senses. The abdomen is like an overturned bucket, but the extremities bring to mind something different. The scattered arms and legs look like slices of cake, red like strawberries, white like cream, yellow like sponge cake. The pungent air sticks to me, reeking of violence. The smell of blood and organs enters my nostrils and penetrates my brain. My thoughts are shaken into disarray. My sense of reality is blurred. My body becomes weightless. My eyes are glued to this image. I hear a dripping sound, the hiss of rain, or the rush of a waterfall. It's only about 3 liters of blood, yet I feel like I am in an endless ocean. The cross-section of any body part is captivating enough to be a work of art. The more I compared them, the more my own ugliness stands out. I feel like a soldier parachuting down to the ground. What I was looking down upon just a moment ago is actually so large that I have to crane my neck up at it. The corpse expands. A tsunami crashes into my mind. It's too late for me. It's too overwhelming to contain. This is no metaphor. The amount of information I'm trying to process is enough to drown me. I can't run. I can't even breathe. This is the mechanism of life. Far too vast, I hid my eyes from it until now, learning of it only as a function/concept. As my consciousness grows smaller and smaller, so does my sense of self. My individual self withers away, unable to withstand its own inferiority. I am powerless to stop it. The more I fade away, the more my sins are obscured, the larger the world grows. The realization hits that I'm nothing more than an insect. The dismembered parts are like giant buildings. The spilled blood becomes a flood of submerging the city. I become a maggot infesting the corpse and look up at the scene. This is what it means to kill someone. Surrounded by my own wretched deed, I quiver like I am the victim, frantically shamelessly looking for salvation. See, you've shown your true colors now. Hearing someone speak to me, I snap out of my masochistic trance. What lies before me is very clearly a corpse. I've learned that once the human body stops moving, it becomes unwanted baggage. It becomes an eyesore. It takes up space. It's hard to clean up after. It's a hassle to dispose of. I see. No wonder I don't like having this indoors. It doesn't count because your target resurrected. Don't run from your own guilt, no matter the target. It doesn't change the fact that you're a freak. Ah, this feeling. You've always been inhuman. You can't restore humanity that was never there. Did you really think you'd been a good person this whole time? It feels so good in the worst way. I'm going to puke. How stupid, I've already killed once with these hands. What am I losing my mind over now? The creature I am is worth even less than an insect. Beauty? I never had the right to speak of such things to begin with. It was all a dream. A silly dream that I was a decent human being. My consciousness feels dulled, like I'm waking up from a nightmare or something. I open my eyes to see that I'm in the nurse's office. I've been here so many times I can just tell by looking at the ceiling. The curtains are drawn around me as I lie in my bed. Although I'm awake, I can't move. It feels as if blood flow has been cut off from my extremities. All I'm able to do is breathe, and even that takes a conscious effort. I might pass out again if I lose focus. When this happens, there's nothing I can do but wait for my circulation to improve. Calling for help would only make me lose even more strength. I look up at the ceiling without moving an inch, and finally regain my hearing. I hear voices coming from the other side of the curtain.
この国に来てから出費が増えて大変よね。安くていいものばかりなんだもの。お買い物もつい弾んじゃうんじゃない？そうそう、昨日潰した人の話したっけ？高級マンションに引きこもってたやつ。もうめっちゃくちゃいいお酒持ってたの。処分した人の持ち物には手を出しちゃいけない決まりだけど、1本ぐらい拝借してもよかったかな。そもそもあいつら味覚ないんでしょ？なんでワインなんてコレクションしてたのかしら。
Ah, Miss Noel.
生前からの習慣でしょう。人化した人間は人間以上の体を得たにもかかわらず、人間だった頃の趣味に執着します。肉体が変化したことへの反動として人間的だった自己にすがりつくんです。それちょっとわかるかも。先生も若い頃の洋服大事に取ってあるし、もう着れないのに捨てられないのよね。だって一度も着れなかったし、お姫様みたいなドレスでね、着こなすには勇気が必要だったの。そんな勇気が出る前に大人になっちゃったけど。ノエル先生。そういう意味じゃないってば。ただの思い出話よ。でもなるほどね。本国の首都に宗教家が多いのはそういうわけだったんだ。この国の吸血鬼たちが物欲に走りがちなのも納得。あれ？でも日本人って仏様にお祈りするんでしょ？シエルさん、確かお母さんが日本人だったわよね。こっちに親戚とかいないの？それは今関係のない話です。それより静かに。彼が起きてしまいます。疲れているようですし、 昼食まで睡眠を取らせるべきでしょう。
The voices belong to CL and Miss Noel. From what they were talking about, I'm guessing they're the only ones in here. They must have heard that I fainted and came to check up on me.
そうかしら。四季君、もう目覚めないと思うけど、脈拍は平常時の半分、体温は30度あるかないか、意識レベルも睡眠というより昏睡じゃない？これで目が覚めるなら、それこそおかしいんじゃないかしら、シエルさん。
Sorry to disappoint you. Miss Noel's tone sounds vaguely cold.
それはそうでしょうけど。そうなんだってば。なんかシエルさんにしては歯切れが悪いのよね。これじゃいつもと立場が逆じゃない？悪い冗談みたい。鬼のかく乱っていうのかな。もしかしてお風邪？使徒のねぐらの調査、先生だけで行こうか？それこそ冗談です。風邪をひくなんて、そんな人間らしいことがあるはずがないでしょう。体に異常はありません。調査は私だけで行います。
Investigating the dead apostles' lair. That job would be theirs originally. Arquette is the one acting out of turn here, killing dead apostles while being a vampire herself. But anyway.
先輩、俺目が覚めてますよ。
I'd just be eavesdropping if I kept lying here, so I forced some air into my lungs and speak.
四季君、本当に大丈夫なの？見た感じ、生きてるだけで精一杯って感じだけど、お家の人呼ぶ？
ノエル先生、お家の人を呼ぶってお葬式の準備をするみたいなニュアンスで言いませんでした。
で、バレちゃった？うん、冗談がわかるぐらいには覚醒できてるみたいね。どれどれ体温はと、あらま、35度まで回復してる。もしかして本当にただの貧血だった？
そうですよ。これぐらいの貧血には慣れてます。もう少し横になっていれば持ち直しますから、その聴診器は引っ込めてください。心音とか聞かなくていいですから。掛け布団も剥がさないでください。
お胸の診察はまた今度か？残念だけど、このレベルの貧血が日常というとんでも発言に免じて自重してあげます。これでも先生だものね、私。生徒の健康には気を使わなくっちゃ。でも四季君が無事で安心したわ。地下で助けられたこともあるし、ここで死なれたら悲しいものね。そうよね、シエルさん。そうですね。たとえ自業自得だとしても、私たちの前で死なれるのは困ります。今のように話を盗み聞かれるのも面白くありませんが。
Sale speaks plainly, more blunt than angry. It's different from how she was this morning. I know she's just giving me a hard time, but still, it's a bit harsh to say that I was eavesdropping.
すみません。すぐ倒れる貧弱な体質で、先輩ほど頑丈じゃないんです。
私の体の話はしていません。とにかくしばらくおとなしくしているように。町はまだ危険な状態です。勝手に出歩いて勝手に襲われる人を助けるほど私たちも暇ではありませんから。あら、四季君なら死者ぐらいは返り討ちにできるんじゃない？というか先生ひらめいちゃった。ねえシエルさん、死者探しの仕事、四季君に協力してもらうのはどう？私たちもう無関係な他人じゃないんだし。
Miss Noel tosses me a wink. She must be talking about the same thing Arquette is doing. I would like to make myself useful to them. I have a prior engagement. As usual, we are at an impasse. Oh boy.